Okay, I am going to start because one of the things that I feel passionately about is being on time. So I am just going to mute everyone on the call. I will unmute you a little bit later just to make sure everything goes well. And I'm going to unmute Claire. I think, Claire, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Fantastic. And we
Good
can hear
evening.
you too. So, welcome to the call, and this is a very exciting call for me because this is resurrecting something I did years and years ago in the business, and we had fantastic results, and we're hoping to have the same fantastic results again to this time. So, for those who don't know me, my name is Lloyd. I think I know most of the people on the call. And I joined the business last century. That's my latest joke, so you can laugh at that if you want to. And so SGL in the business, and the idea of what we're doing is basically you guys have been handpicked as people who have been proactive in the business and looking to do more in the business, and we want to just see if we can um, accelerate that growth, accelerate that learning, and give you the skills and anything else you need, the support to support a learning journey. So it's not just about, right, we want to get you from TL to STL. We want to teach you the skills to grow a business to STL and beyond. And one of the things that I'm very aware of, and I know Claire is as well, and she joined me in this, is much of the learning is in the room. Okay, so it's not just about me and Claire and stuff like that. Much of the learning is in the room, and we're going to be sharing experiences as well. So I think it's worth pointing out as well. I just Seamus is on the call, who achieved TL this morning. So even though most of our microphones are muted, I think that deserves a round of applause. So
Yeah.
well done there, Seamus, for achieving TL. He was set today as a target to be on in this group, and he's achieved that. So that's absolutely fantastic. So the purpose of the call this evening is just to set up what we're going to do, and a couple of things. It's a totally safe environment, so we're not here to catch anyone out or make fun of people or anything like that. We're all here just to support each other in our journey. So at this stage, I'm going to hand over to Claire, who's going to go through some information about what is expected of you and what you can expect from us. So over to Claire.
Evening, everyone. We're just if I tell you a bit about the background to this. When we joined the business, we got to TL in 4 months, but it took us a couple of years to get to senior team leader. And it's always struck me that there's quite a big stretch between team leader to senior team leader, and that how to get people there quicker to accelerate that for people. So I've been talking to Lloyd and saying we need to have more people. Somebody's just flagged up that they can't hear me. Is that the case for everyone?
I can hear you.
Okay. Can you give a thumbs up if you can hear me? Okay. Okay, that's all right. That's good enough. That's good enough. Okay, I'll go back. So when Lloyd and I were talking about how to accelerate the growth, Lloyd said, "Well, I've been thinking about this, and it's something that I've done in the past." So this is like such a good time for everyone on this call to really grow your businesses and be in a completely different place with your business in 12 months, 24 months to where you are now. There is a wind of favor upon us. There's a wind of growth upon us. And we've got such a good, strong customer proposition. and some great incentives as well to go along with that. So really, we're going on this journey together, and we're going to see you break STL and beyond within this, sort of this time. But we're going to be learning from each other too. So it isn't. We always say this, don't we? It's not like school. So my background as a teacher, it's not like that. What this is having. We need from you certain things, okay? For you to see the growth and to become more, sort of, as we know in this business, to actually have more, we have to become more. We need to have, all of us, an attitude of growth, an attitude of development, an attitude of learning. And that affects our mindset as well. Obviously, being in a good place to receive. Now, it could be that you're the person that helps somebody else in this group, from what you say, and it's really helped them. They pick up one thing, and then, that just transforms their whole business. That is what happens on our journey in Utility Warehouse. We also need you to be committed to participating in the call, and also being on it regularly. So we know life happens, but the commitment is it's going to be very difficult to repeat this outside of the time that we put aside for it. So we need your commitment to be there. And part of that is we've got some new holiday promotions that have just been launched, the incentives for the holidays. And Lloyd and I were talking earlier, and really you need to choose which one you're going for, and absolutely with our help and support, get on the holiday, because when you've got a story, it really helps you in approaching other people with belief and confidence. Okay, so also our expectations are, it's not a passive group. We need you to be proactive, innovative as well, focused on sort of on the different tasks that we're all going to be doing week by week. There's going to be different tasks, so we need you to be ready to participate in that to the best of your ability, and that's all that any of us can do. And also to be accountable to this, to this group, and to the plan of it, so that we can all progress together and learn, sort of along the way. So that's really the expectations of the group, and Lloyd's going to go through how we're actually going to put into practice, I suppose, those expectations with how we're going to do it.
Thank you, Claire. So one of the things I've done in preparation of this, I spoke to about 25 SGLs in the business and said, what is it that you're teaching your most successful people into how to build a business? So on that basis and using that information, I've taken the top sort of 10 things that were common to every SGL and said, okay, these seem to be the key things that we need to learn to progress our business. So those are going to be the things that we're going to base our learnings over the next 12 months. So what we're going to be doing is picking a topic each, maybe month, 3 weeks, and we're going to be setting you some tasks to go and do with your teams, with your business, to demonstrate understanding in that particular area. We are going to be using things like Zoom, like we seem to know, because it's very efficient, because we're all over the country. WhatsApp, we've got a WhatsApp group, which I will switch on, that you can then comment on after today. So there's going to be feedback via that. We are going to be arranging a couple of get-togethers. Now, this may be as a whole group, or it may be north and south, again, depending on where we are. Possibly looking around the MAD time, if we're all going to MAD, to look to meet up and actually have a face-to-face meeting. So that's always very good. And Claire talked about earlier teamwork and this 180-degree learning, where you're learning off the group, but the group's also learning of you, okay, of your experience. Because one of the things that I think it's worth accepting, and this is part of your commitment, is you are proactive in your business. So you are out there doing appointments, you are out there actively looking to grow your team, and that's almost as a given. Now, Claire mentioned the holidays, which is interesting because I don't think personally I've qualified for a holiday in years and years and years and years and years. But my commitment as part of the group as well is if we're going to use that as a minimum criteria, then I'll be part of that as well and accountable to you all. And I'm quite pleased about that because I signed up a DAFI and an ID today, so I'm ahead of the game. I've already got some points, so I just got to keep going in that respect. So that's all good. And you know, we are open to ideas and suggestions on how we can make your journey a little bit easier. Claire mentioned that you know, the business at the moment, I have to say the business at the moment is absolutely rocking. Okay, if I look at my business, we're doing numbers this month that I've not seen for 6-7 years. Okay, so many of you, if you were new in the business, what you may not know is that you joined the business when we were just sort of coming out of a period of fairly low growth. So even what you guys have seen in the business, in your own individual businesses, is nothing like what you're going to be seeing in 3, 6, 9, 12 months. You know, numbers of customers are going to be flying in. More people are open to join the business because of the conditions in the country and people wanting flexible working and stuff like that. So we are expecting massive growth anyway, and part of what we're going to be teaching you is how to deal with that, how to help support your team and some of the things they need to know about getting off to a good start. So what's going to be your first task, you're probably wondering. Claire's got that good news, so what are we going to get them to do?
Okay, I've got a message on my screen. Oh, it's gone now. That's the only thing with using your phone when there's like multimedia messages that come on. Okay, so the first task, and you've got until the 9th of April to do this, okay? And that is that Lloyd and I will divide the group into just 2 in this first instance, and Lloyd's going to speak to one half and I'm going to speak to the other half, as many as we can on a one-to-one face-to-face basis. Call at least
okay, you're cutting out now
session with you, and what that
sorry, you just sort of cut out a bit, so do you just want to repeat the last 30
okay seconds? Yep, I can. Okay, so what we're going to do is divide this group into 2, just for the initial sort of part. And Lloyd's going to have half, and I'm going to have half, and we'll do a one-to-one planning session as much as we can face-to-face, and then secondary Zoom call, and if not that, at least phone conversation. Find out exactly where you're at now, okay, and where you want to be, and then we have some idea then of how we can best help you as well. So we're going to go through your goals. Don't worry if you think, oh, I'm not a big goal setter, it's nothing to be frightened of. Sometimes just talking it through with somebody, you kind of think, oh, actually, yeah, I do want to do that. I want to go for the mini. And obviously the holiday is what we're underpinning this with as well. And then after that one-to-one planning session, when you know exactly what you want to achieve in this next 12 months, then we're going to ask you to do a 60-second video to record and put on our WhatsApp, just introducing yourselves and giving an outline of your plan. Okay, so that, as I say, we want that completed before the first proper Zoom call, if you like, on the 9th of April. And I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so that's exciting. Hopefully that will get your brains thinking about what you want to achieve. May put some of you a little bit out your comfort zone in terms of recording video and stuff like that, but don't worry about that. And it gives everybody else an opportunity to find out who else is on the group. So I am going to put the instructions for the first task on the group, so you know exactly what you're doing. And then what Claire and I will be doing is somehow dividing you guys into choosing who Claire speaks to and who I speak to. We might just draw it out of a hat. I don't know if it makes any difference who speaks to who, but we'll come to some conclusion. And then we'll, over the next couple of weeks, we'll be in contact and have those sessions to dig into your business. To be fair, for me, it's probably going to be mostly by Zoom. Probably, yeah, looking at my schedule, and whoever Claire's gets, maybe there'll be a couple of one-to-ones there and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do now is just, I think we will open the room for any initial questions, just to see what people are feeling towards the group. It's important for me to say at this point, what we're doing is totally 100% voluntary. Okay, so if at any stage you think, okay, this is too much for me, or something's happened and you can't take part, just speak to Claire and I, and there's no obligation to continue. And in that case, we may pick you up in another future group or not. But I don't want you to feel under pressure to think, okay, you're being forced to do this or anything like that. So I am going to just open up the floor, and if anybody's got a question, how do I open up the floor? Oh, here we go. If anybody's got a question, please feel free. If you don't have a question and you want to remute yourself, then you can also do that as well. So anybody got any questions? So I think Claire's obviously covered everything perfectly, and either that or you're stunned and shocked.
I'll ask you a question, Lloyd.
Who's going to ask me a question? Dave.
I'll ask you a question.
Yeah.
So you talked about doing this before in your previous groups. Give us an example of some of the successes that you had back then, so we can wet our whistle. What's in store for us?
Well, when I started doing this in the early days of some of the groups, then most of the participants back then are SGL in the business. So we're talking about people like Karen Morgan, Neil Johnson, who's unfortunately no longer with us, Stuart Hopkins, who, whilst not active in the business, he's got a GL business with over 5,000 group customers. And then there was an equal amount of people who, you know, their life has taken them somewhere else and they're no longer in the business. So this isn't a guarantee of success. This is a guarantee of putting the effort, and you learn some of the things we're teaching. It puts you in a better position to have success. So whilst we won't take any credit for your success, we also won't take responsibility if your life goes somewhere else and you decide utility warehouse is not you. So,
thank you.
Great question. Thank you. Anything else? So Dorothea, I can see your lips moving, but I can't hear you. I don't know if you've got a question. No, still can't hear. Is your mic on your end? Because it's your data's not muted. Maybe jot it on the group once we finish. That's okay. I can't. I don't know if anybody else can hear you, but I can't.
No.
Cool. Fantastic. Well, if there's no more questions, I'm going to end this call today. Go on the group and look. As I said, I'm going to post the instructions on there, and I'm also going to post. I'm going to open the group so you can reply to stuff and whatever. And your group as well, you can post whatever you want to post, apart from sort of like holiday snaps or anything like that. Anything you think relevant. I know you guys are all parts of other groups as well and whatever. So as equally, feel free to not post on it unless you are asked to do so. And we'll be in touch over the next couple of weeks. So, yeah, anything else you want to add before we end?
No, just really looking forward to getting down to the nuts and bolts with people. It's like a great time to, you know, sort of to start and to plan for the next 12 months, and seeing everyone, you know, seeing their success really, and being, you know, being able to celebrate it. I think that's really very special.
Fantastic. Okay, guys, well done, and we'll see you all soon, and have a great rest of the week. So, cheerio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.